yourself the truth. If someone calls you fucking fat, they may be bullying you, but you might be fucking fat. Someone calls you dumb, it's mean, but you might be fucking dumb. It's life, man. Take it for what it's worth and change.
And that terrible feeling when someone does tell you that you're fat, you can use that as fuel.
As fuel, period.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is one of his more recent ones.
So, oh, that's good. That's good. This is one of the recent ones. That's shitty.
Yep.
That's a shitty perspective. So you're basically, let's break it down. So you're basically saying other people define you, right? If someone
he's saying don't front on yourself.
Hold on for a second. He's basically saying, well, if people call you fat, well, you might just be fat. If people call you dumb, well, you just might be dumb. So, take it in, assess yourself based on what the fuck they just said, and then use that to change it. But wait a minute, you may not be fat. Fuck what they said. You may not be dumb. Fuck what they said. I work with kids every fucking day. And that's a big part of me trying to get them to the next level is what somebody else told them. Oh, I don't get, and I don't do anything right, Sensei. Who told you that shit? I got to spend a lot of time reprogramming people. I don't know how to do nothing right. Yes, you do. I can't read. Yes, you can. Stop with that shit. Because so many people have put so much negative shit inside of them. It's so hard for me to try to pull all this negative shit out that they just been programmed with. And that to me is part of the fucking problem. Is people calling you something and you internalizing and believing it rather than being like, fuck you. I've had people call me fat and I'm just like, word, okay, whatever. I don't feel myself as being fat. Also, just add on a little bit. We all have to deal with our own, a lot of times, self-esteem issues. A lot of times you're calling yourself fucking fat. A lot of times you're calling yourself dumb. And now you're going to hear somebody being like, yep, that voice in your head that's telling you you're fat and dumb. You are fat and dumb. Like, wow. So in terms of your impact to the industry, remember, that's the only thing I'm arguing on is how is that impacting the fitness industry, the normal cat out there. I think that's toxic, brother. I think that's toxic to say, yeah, people might be calling you fat because you are, or people might be calling you dumb because you are, and go with it. I don't agree with that on almost any level. Maybe you can enlighten me.
Yeah, he's saying don't front on yourself, which we say here. Whoops, I almost knocked over my water. So yeah, he's saying what you said, assess, right? If you listen, when I was 350, I knew I was fat. But I was fronting on myself. Nah, listen, it's the baggy clothes era. It's good. No, it's not good. It's not good. I was fat. And so, yeah, people said hurtful things. And like you said, that's fucked up. They're being mean. Absolutely. But perhaps it's time to look in the mirror and assess yourself. I don't disagree. I think, yeah, we should be assessing constantly. We've said that here on this podcast before. Is the delivery from the bully mean? Absolutely. Is the bully justified in what they're doing? No, absolutely not. But maybe they're saying some true shit. Maybe you are overweight. Maybe you are not the smartest person. And so maybe you should work on those things. Should it be that what this external person is saying defines your life? No. But are you? Ask yourself, hey, listen, like, I'm not good at math. Am I an idiot? No, but I know that's a weakness of mine. And so if I decide tomorrow, hey, I want to be a college professor, well, then I know I got to work on math because I'm not good at math. I struggle with math. And so that's okay. Now it's time to work on it. That's what he's saying. Listen, the bully called you fat. The bully called you dumb. That stuff is fucked up. It's not nice the way they said it. But ask yourself some questions now. Hey, why is this person saying this about me?
Yeah. And that brings us to a dark place. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like those words are powerful. You know what I'm saying? To call somebody fat, okay, the person could be fat, you know, and I agree. If you're fat, you're fat. And we don't have to, I've said on this podcast many times, you know what I'm saying? Why are we using other words? Fat, you're fat. Okay, cool. But to justify bullying, because that's really what it sounds like he's doing. To justify bullying, I think it's absolutely wrong. For a person to look into themselves and say, you know what, I need to lose some weight. You know, this is I'm fatter than I want to be, right? Because we also just said, hey, you get your body to a place that you want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that might be. I don't know what it is. I can't look at you and be like, Jay, you need to do this or that. That might be exactly what you want. Yeah, you know, you can't look at my body and be like, Dre, you should do blah, blah, blah. That might be where I want. So who the fuck is this bully or whoever to tell you you're fat? You know, no, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay them any fucking mind. Now look at yourself and say to yourself, if this is what you want, enjoy. Have a great time. But if it's not, tell them to shut the fuck up and mind their fucking business. And as far as being dumb, I completely disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, the whole thing with math, someone might say to you, if you're 6 years old, 8 years old, 13, and you're realizing you struggle with math. Oh, you struggle with math? Yeah, you struggle with math because you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? 18, 21, 35, who knows? You struggle, yeah, if you struggle with math, it's because you're stupid. That's why. Damn. Mm-hmm. If you have a problem with reading, it's because you're stupid. You're dumb. So internalize my words and make my words your reality. That, to me, is not helpful language. That doesn't help the person with anything with change. But what he's saying is like, oh, yeah, take that hurtful shit that they're saying and ball it up and use it as fuel. That's nice if you have the capacity to do that. But why even do that? I don't like negative reinforcement. I don't think it works. I know a lot of people in the military do. That's their shit. I've said on this podcast many times, I don't like boot camps. I don't do boot camps. I'm not about yelling and screaming at people because that's where he comes from. That's that military background. You piece of shit. You ain't nothing. Give me another one. Get over that obstacle. You fucking blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, yo, whoa. Now, for so many people, they like that. They thrive off that shit. Yeah, call me another motherfucker. Yeah, I love it. Me, I don't like that shit. Don't fucking yell at me. This is why I never went to the military, because I won't make it. Like, you yell at me, I'm gonna yell back at you. Fuck it, let's just go a few rounds, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'll be thrown the fuck out because you're supposed to allow people to abuse you in that environment. And what am I saying is, don't allow people to abuse you. Don't put yourself in toxic environments so that they say, oh yeah, I did that so that you could change, right? Someone's parents would do this all the time. Yeah, I did all that toxic shit to you in your life so that you can end up, you know, as you were. And it's like, no, that shit was hurtful. Mom, dad, uncle, whoever. No, I no. And I won't be raising my kids around, and I don't want you to be around my family because I still think you're a toxic motherfucker. And a lot of people embrace that shit. Yeah, you got it with the tough love. We've had this podcast before. If y'all back, we talked about it, audience. The whole tough love bullshit. I don't believe in it. And I think this is where this is coming from. And for the large part, this is why I disagree with a lot of not that I a lot of the things that he's saying, the way the message comes out. Because honestly, like I said, I agree with a lot of things he is saying, but the way the message is coming out, nah. And put it like this, and this is my thing I would say to you, Jay, is would you want someone telling your daughter you're fat and dumb? Oh, well, no, but Jay, I only said that so that she can change. You're helping your daughter with whatever the things that she's you know, trying to get better with. Have you ever used those words to her? Have you ever called her any? And no. You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare, right? Because you realize that shit is toxic. So if you don't want somebody talking to your daughter that way, why should anyone talk to anybody that way? I give it back to you.
Okay, great. So I don't do it with my daughter because she's a child.
Mm-hmm.
If my daughter was an adult, I would say, hey, you're fat. The same way I tell my friends, you're fat. I'm going to tell her the same things if she's an adult. Now, this podcast is not for kids,
No.
and the fitness industry largely is not for kids. And so I'm being real. If my daughter was 22, 23, 25, 30 years old, I say, hey, kid, you're getting fat. It's time for us to work together to change it. That's it. And so, yeah, I think that that's important to keep it real with your people in your circle and with yourself. And so I know I'm overweight. And so if someone says to me, hey, you're fat, am I going to go home and cry because they call me fat? No, I've built myself to a place where that's not going to happen. Are there people who internalize that and take it very hurtful? Absolutely. And bullying is bad. I think we all know that. I think the point is, don't front on yourself. Keep it real. If you're looking down at your stomach and you can't see your private parts, there's probably a reason why.
Well, maybe you just have a micro penis.
See, I didn't say it was a man.
I know, but I just wanted, I wanted to put
aha, aha, aha.
No, but
my point is, most of the people who are starting out, which is the people you said this conversation is for, most of the people starting out in fitness, there's a reason why. You know that you're either not eating the healthiest, you're not the most active, you have a weight problem, you may even have a medical condition, right? And all of that is okay. You're starting, and that's fine, but you're starting why? Because you know there's an issue that you're trying to resolve. And so just keep it real with yourself. That's the messaging here. Keep it real with yourself. Absolutely, bullying is bad. Absolutely, bullying is mean. No, you should not allow bullies to dictate your life. But keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
If I can't pass, if I try to get into college right now and they give me a test and say, sorry, you failed the test, you have to take remedial classes. Well, then you ain't the best at that subject. And so if you want to improve, you should start working to improve. But keep it real with yourself. You can't walk around and say, hey, I'm a mathematician, but you don't know algebra or fractions. Nigga, you're not a mathematician.
Right. But that doesn't mean you're dumb, right? So, I mean, I know plenty of people.
No, it doesn't mean you're dumb.
I know plenty of people who didn't go to school, was in school, dropped out, didn't go to college, and became great successes. So the ability to not, read Shakespeare and write a 700-word, thesis on butterfly wings or whatever doesn't necessarily mean you're stupid. And we also know that there's something called street knowledge. You know what I mean? You get the smartest person in the world, quote unquote, and you put them in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Well, maybe not Bushwick, Brooklyn. It's been so gentrified right now. But whatever, East New York, any hood or whatever, and be like, okay, let me see you survive. They'd be like, oh my God. Why they can't navigate those streets the way you can, the way I can, because we have something called street knowledge, and that's worth something. So just because you don't have their knowledge and they don't have our knowledge doesn't mean that anybody's dumb. It just means that, hey, you're an expert in what you're expert in, and that's my biggest thing, because I know I don't know everything, but what I know, I know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can have a conversation about fitness, martial arts, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the things I don't know, I don't pretend like I don't know. That doesn't mean I'm dumb. It means, hey, I don't know that thing. So I don't mind the word ignorant in terms of I'm ignorant on that thing. Hey, Dre, what's the mating habits of the sea turtle? I'm ignorant on that. I couldn't tell you what that is, but mm-hmm. Can you tell me all the martial arts coming out of Asia? Absolutely. All day I can write a thesis paper on it. So,
right.
This thing that, what is why would you even call anybody dumb? Forget about them being a kid. Why would you even call somebody dumb? That to me is dumb. You don't know what they know. They don't know what you know. So that because they don't know what you know, that makes them dumb. Nah, man, I disagree with that. Nah. And I would tell anybody, don't let somebody call you dumb. Don't ever internalize that, man. Like, fuck them. You know what you know, and what you don't know, you don't know. That's it.
I agree with that part.
All right. Man, we're working our way down. All right. Here's
Drake came with a fully loaded clip today.
fully loaded, bro. I got all kinds of shit, son. I was ready. for this conversation. Let's see. I hope I didn't.
And for the audience,
Yes.
I didn't see any of the shit he's sharing. This is new to me. I'm responding as I go.
Yeah, baby.
Comment